2 years ago, I was traveling. I was a backpacker, and I'd been traveling for 9 months straight, and I was getting really tired. And the idea of volunteering somewhere popped up in my mind. So I was traveling from Central America, and then I made it all the way to Bolivia, and then here in Rurrenabaque, 15 kilometers from this campus, is a town. And I decided that, Rurrenabaque was going to be my very last place, and I was going to go back to Canada and work. But inside my tour group, I met a girl, a Swiss girl, and she was also a tourist, and she told me about Familia Feliz, how she had volunteered here for 2 weeks. And something, I don't know, the interest just sparked, and so I decided to come here for a couple of weeks, and I really liked it. When I first came here, I wasn't a believer, I wasn't a Christian, and it wasn't an aspect that really attracted me to this place, but I saw the need. I saw that they needed help, they lacked human resources. It was still a new project. And I know they had a meeting. They told me later on that they had a meeting. They all had a meeting, and they decided, whether like they should accept these two tourists. That they didn't believe in God, but they prayed and they said yes, which shows that with God, everyone is the same. So when I first came here, they needed a girls' dean because the girls' dean back 2 years ago had already left, and they were without one for a week. So as soon as I got here, Melissa Harding, the founder, she asked me to be the girls' dean. And so first night I came back, I was already doing worship with them, and I'm thinking, wow, what am I doing? Before I came here, I thought, look, if I'm going to come here, I have to have an open mind. Because I knew what they were doing. I knew what they were trying to teach these children. And if I wholly didn't agree with it, I couldn't be here. So I knew that I had to have an open mind. So when I came and I was already doing worship, I thought, okay, I'll just try. I'll just keep trying, even though I feel like a hypocrite teaching these girls something that I didn't believe in. And actually the girls helped me quite a bit. I didn't know what to do. So they would just they'd give me a book, a devotional book, and then we would just read that. The seed was just being planted in me, and I don't know what I had done for these girls, but I knew that all of us together were spiritually growing. And then 3 months passed, and I thought, I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm going to have to do my own studies. So I started reading the Bible. I wanted to get hold of books. I wanted to research this, but all I had was the Bible and Ellen White's books and the people around me. They invited me to the staff worship, and I didn't want to in the beginning, but I felt obligated, so I started going. And I appreciated the wisdom, right? The wisdom that they were, not so much the religion aspect, but the practicality of Christianity, of helping one another, putting one another before ourselves. Things like that I appreciated. So I would just watch people, their way of living, their way of thinking, and at first I didn't like it. I thought, no, this isn't for me. I wasn't praying for the first 3 months. I couldn't pray, and I didn't want to pray. But then, there's so many problems that keep coming, and that first year we had a lot of problems. It was a new project, and just something in me impressed me to pray. And then that very first night after praying, it's like as if something, opened up in me, and then from then on I could just pray. It was always my plan that I was going to go at the end of the year. Like, I was just going to volunteer for a little amount of time, and then I prayed, and God told me, no, you have to stay one more year. I'm like, and it took a lot of praying and encouragement, but I decided to. By that end of the year, I thought, well, if I'm going to believe in God, I have to give myself to Him, because otherwise I would just have to drop it all together. So I gave myself to God, and He told me to stay, and so I stayed. And last year they asked me to be the school director, and I took on that responsibility. This is my 4th year, so until God tells me I'm here in Família Feliz. I didn't know what the word Adventist was before I came here. And last year I went to a Mexican Congress, and that was the very first time I'd left Família Feliz since I came here. And I saw the church at the University of Montemorelos. I'd never seen so many Adventists in my whole life. I didn't know so many existed. I knew that was just one country, one place. And I thought, you know, of all the things I've learned of what Adventists believe, like in Família Feliz, why are there so many here in this church? It's like, where are they? Out there in the mission field. I didn't understand it. It's like, I thought that, you know, Adventists, they're missionaries, like as soon as they're baptized, and they're there to work for Jesus. But I don't know, I was just amazed. It's like, and I was disappointed because, I don't know, I just wish that people would just come out and help more, because there's a lot of places and there's a lot of needs, and we need to build more churches out there. And we have so many communities here that need to be reached, and we don't have enough people. So I invite all of you Adventists to come to the mission field, because we do need you. So I understand that, you know, we also need to minister to our homes, but we need to space ourselves.